Hello, everyone. Welcome back to yet another political episode. We are back today, and we're specifically going to be talking about Alaska. Alaska House of Representatives, and boy, this was the one we were kind of unsure of, but we predicted that Nick Begich III would win. Will take out Mary Peltola, and he won. He did just that. I was unsure about that prediction, but then again, I'm very happy I made that prediction and analysis that Nick Begich would win. You'll see Begich suddenly got the surge he needed to win here from the polling. He won a 4-point margin. It was out of the margin of error. But then you got I would say this is the first round of voting. I don't know what this really says here. But yes, we basically predicted that Nick Begich would win barely. Well, he won by a lot. Let's see. He defeated incumbent Mary Peltola by 4 points, and we already got a House district map, but we kind of want to know what the results look like by borough. So what we can do is we can actually go to Wikipedia and we can actually look and see if they offer us some sort of map. Because sometimes they don't add the maps in. But it looks like they didn't, unfortunately. Yeah, they are, for some reason, Wikipedia really likes to use boroughs, and so does everywhere else. Not boroughs. They don't use the boroughs. They use the said, in my take, the census designated areas, which I think is silly. What's the point of boroughs? You might as well use the census designated areas as actual counties, with them changing borders coordinately. But then again, unrealistic, But yes, this is no sign of a map for 2024. But then again, I think we're going to have to do with this. It's too early to post maps yet. Alaska, understandingly, is still counting, I want to believe. Are they done counting their election? No, they're done. But then again, it's kind of hard to figure out which one voted who, where, and what. But we can definitely compare this election 2 years ago. So, ideally, yes, we don't do House races. But if they're at large, we make an exception. And looking at the map compared to the result here, yeah, you'll see it got Mary Peltola managed to win the 40th district by like 70%, which, as you know, that 70th district has North Slope. We talked about that. We can clarify that Trump won that county. I want to believe, yeah, he had to have won that borough. But we can say, you know what? We're just going to put down their actual names, seeing it's just one race. Peltola, and Begich. And we got to know who Nick Begich is, because he was the perfect choice to go with. Why was he the perfect choice? Well, Nick Begich III is the nephew of the Senator Mark Begich. I knew that name was very recognizable. And the thing about Mark Begich is a Democrat, okay? He is a Democrat. And then again, the Begich family has a huge history in the said Democratic Party. Yeah, Nick Begich Sr. was a senator. Actually, he was the United States House Representative of that district. You'll see he's even born in Minnesota. For some reason, the Begich family has a residence in Minnesota. Same deal. Well, I want to believe. No, was it Begich? I think it's Begich the Senior. Never mind. Yeah, this guy was born in Eveleth, near the Duluth area. Politicians seem to be born there. But yes, you'll see Nick Begich Sr. He notably was well known because he unfortunately died in a crash of a light aircraft. He died in that little airplane crash. His body was never found. So I'm sure they did a funeral and remembrance sermons for him. So yes, there's of course Nick Begich, and he exactly looks like Nick Begich III, doesn't he not? So obviously they look alike, and the Begich name huge in Alaska, and that popularity was enough to beat the Native American identity politics. Why a lot of Alaska natives were going out and voting for Mary Patola. And that was the case in 2022. A lot of Alaska natives felt the need to go and vote for their fellow Alaskan native. And a lot of people were, not to mention, very tired and sick of Sarah Palin. Nick Begich III also ran in this election, but he was defeated in the primary. This time he came pretty lucky, and that's when his name really went far enough. It can also be because I want to believe that Nick Begich, his nephew, his uncle, Nick Begich, who's a Democrat, did he endorse him? Why would you not endorse your own nephew? Okay, yeah, Nancy Dahlstrom lost, and that was Donald Trump's pick. But what about endorsements? You are not going to tell me Nick Begich didn't endorse Mark Begich didn't endorse his own nephew. Identity politics should be taken out. Like, seriously. Oh, I can't endorse my own nephew because he's running as a Democrat. How ridiculous is that? Look at how much endorsements Mary Patola is getting. Ha! Look at this! Lisa Murkowski, Lisa the Rhino, endorsed Democrat Mary Patola. I mean, Mary Patola is not a conservative. She's a centrist. She's a part of that Blue Dog coalition. But when you have Gretchen Whitmer jumping on the Patola train, you know it's not good. But yeah, you get what I'm saying. So I'm going to go ahead. We're going to try to predict the results. The idea is we could be wrong. So obviously, I think it's without no reason to doubt that Patola will be carrying the, of course, these results that she carried, but she's going to lose, obviously. So I think Alaska, Anchorage would barely wins to Patola. You got to think Joe Biden won Anchorage, even though Trump won it by double digits, won Alaska by double digits. So Anchorage isn't the reason why she won initially. It was the Native American turnout. But this time around, it wasn't so big because then again, you made the accomplishment of being the first Alaska senator. You made that accomplishment already. And therefore, why people feel less, there's the less of the urgency of reelecting, if that makes sense. Yeah, I think this peninsula right here voted for, it had to have gone for Begich. The idea, maybe, yeah, this one, it's mainly this one right here. Is it Fairbank Borough? It's kind of hard to figure out. But, yes, obviously, I will go ahead and give the islands for Patola. She will carry those islands. I can tell you that much. These areas tend to be more Native American. And better yet, let's just go ahead and pull up the 2020 results. I strongly doubt, that the elections, the 2024 presidential race in Alaska has their maps up yet. Let's just see. I was right. Look at that, guys. We got the maps out. And look at that. Trump went and flipped this county right here. This borough. First time voting for him. He also flipped these boroughs. And look at that. She held on to Anchorage. Impressed. But we can go ahead and use this map, seeing that it's out now. And I can update that thumbnail. Makes my day. But then again, you could say that Fairfax. I think that's Fairbanks. Something Fairbanks. That's the best Trump done in that borough here. In the turnout in, like, Sitka's really low, and that used to be the most Democrat. But yeah, Trump really did great. Like, excellent. He cracked it down. But all we need now, we got this year. But yes, all we need is just, yeah, obviously for sure, it's North Slope for Trump. This borough right here for Trump, but I doubt it. Both of those districts are going in for, what's her name? Peltola. I am unsure about that district. We're actually going to go ahead and make it a toss-up. That's the district that we're kind of having a little problems with. But yeah, other than like the strip down here, that will also go for you know who. All right. And it's just, okay, so it's looking like this. I'm not sure about that. I mean, Biden won it. It's kind of hard to say. Well, let's take a look at 2020, compare and contrast with 2020. I think 2020, as much as I love this map, we got to look at 2020. Okay, this is more reasonable. Yeah, this district is going for, why did I give it to her? But it's actually for Begich here. I think we'll go ahead and give this to Begich. So it's a close race, ideally. But again, Native American turnout makes it more compatible. You could go ahead and say that those islands right here, they went to Peltola. These are state house districts. These are boroughs right down here. Ideology. We don't have actual borough results, which is very, very annoying. And I can't go to Atlas, Dave Leap's election atlas, because they don't do the boroughs either. So it's really hard, if you will, to kind of predict it, kind of lay it out. But what I think what could possibly, we could take out the Wiki Commons Alaska racial map and see what it looks like. Okay, so yes. The white is non-Hispanic white, while you got Native American in dark red, and then you have Asian in the island core. So in that islands, I think it did honestly go for, it could have possibly went to Begich. I know it swings back and forth sometimes. You know what? We'll just go ahead and give it to Begich. Since she won it by a lot. Well, actually, no, she didn't win it by a lot. What are we talking about? That we'll go for that went to Peltola. We'll go ahead and give it to Begich. We honestly do not know. You'll see the islands had a better chance of going for her. But yeah, other than maybe giving this to her, we could possibly let her get away with that. Yes, no, maybe so. I don't know. Should we let her get away with it? Or maybe this district's pretty populated, though. Well, actually, let's go ahead and we're going to say this district will go for Begich. So this is our results. Don't necessarily know if I agree with them yet or not. Oh, yes, this district right here should go for. So 17 boroughs for Peltola. Begich, 12 boroughs. That's not surprising because a lot of Native American boroughs. But this is supposedly what the map looks like. Supposedly, and they will eventually release the borough map like they did in the last couple elections, the 2022 races up here. So I'll update the thumbnail, but we can officially say this is likely what the map looks like. Not guaranteed, but likely. Of course, Anchorage is giving Peltola a little bit more than the normal amount in 2020. I would say she won Anchorage by like over 5, 6, 7 points. That's why it's so close, along with Junio and these other city areas. But what do you guys think? Let me know down below. And as always, I'll see you all in the next political episode.